Hello, for this portion of my video I am actually going to use some play therapy techniques that I've used in trainings to show you. The first one I'm going to show you is called bowling for feelings, and this is a way that you can use play therapy to help with improving the ability of a client you're working with to share their feelings. This could be done either individually or in a group setting. And basically you can either go out to the store and buy a bowling pin set, or you could be green and make your own pins with just some used bottles. So I have 4 bottles here just to give you an idea. I have a bottle labeled happy that's colored yellow. I have one labeled sad that's colored blue. One that's labeled disappointed and it's green, and one labeled angry. And you could have lots of other feelings. You could, change these depending on the child you're working with or the group you're working with. You could have, guilty, jealous, lonely, all sorts of feelings. And you would have the child take a turn with a ball, rolling the ball and knocking over the pins, and then depending on what pins the child knocked down and what feelings were on those pins, you would have the child explain to you a time that they felt one of those feelings. So if they rolled it and they knocked over the pin that is sad, you would have them talk to you, tell me about a time that you were sad. If they knocked down multiple feelings, they could tell you about a time when they were happy, a time when they were sad, a time when they were mad. And you can have as many pins for this as you would like. Another one that helps with having children share their feelings is with a body outline. And with this body outline, you would give kids, crayons or markers or colored pencils, and you would have it labeled for them. So on mine, I have a color key, and I have angry, sad, hurt, happy, afraid. And once again, you can change these based on the kids that you're working with. And then I have some colored pencils. And you would explain to a child that you would like them to use this picture and fill in as much of the picture as they need to tell you what they're feeling. So if they're feeling angry, they could fill in half the picture if they were feeling really angry, or if they were just a little bit sad, maybe they just fill in a small portion of the picture. To give you an example, this one has red, green, and blue on it. So red is for angry, blue is for sad, and green is for hurt. And you can change these colors however you want. And so this would give you an opportunity to talk to the child about the feelings that they colored. So, I see you drew a lot of, you colored in a lot of the heart red. Can you tell me why are you feeling so angry right now? It just gives you a way to talk to kids about what they're feeling. Another one that I really wanted to show you, so I prepared ahead of time, is called a Sputnik ball. And this is a way to deal with, it's a safe aggression activity. And basically what you start off with, you can ignore my toothpicks, is a foam ball. And you could do this individually with a child, or you could do it in a group. You would give, if you're doing it in a group, you'd give each child 2 toothpicks, and you would have them pass the ball and place in their toothpick, and the toothpick would be telling the therapist a time that they felt angry. So I felt really angry when my mom yelled at me, and they would put the toothpick in. And they would go around in the group, and then when everyone had the chance to put it in their toothpick, you would actually pass the ball to one another, just a light kind of throw, and you would talk about how it felt to feel that ball. And a lot of kids might say prickly or pokey, and you could talk about what it feels like to have these feelings of anger in space, because it has to do with a Sputnik ball. And the next part would actually be giving kids some marshmallows, and the next portion would be, well, I want you now to tell me about a time where you were angry and what helped you. What could you do to help when you were angry? So you would pass it around, and let's say it helped me to go and walk my dog, or when I was angry, it helped to take deep breaths. When I was angry, it helped to draw up some pictures. And after you had this all filled in, your ball would look like this. And you would do the same thing. You would pass it to each other. And you would have the children describe how it felt to receive the ball that had the marshmallows. And they might say that it was softer, that it was easier to catch, that it felt nice. And you could talk about the differences between the pokey feelings and being angry, and then the marshmallow and the nice feelings, and how it helped to have certain things to do with your anger. I was also going to do some deep breathing with bubbles, but that's kind of self-explanatory. So obviously with bubbles, the bigger the bubble, the slower breath a child is taking. So you could teach them about blowing nice big bubbles to help when they were anxious about something. But that's it. That's just a couple examples of some play therapy tricks that I have learned by going to these play therapy trainings. There's a ton of different play therapy techniques that you can use depending on the age of the child you're working with and whatever they're being referred to you for. So that's it for this in-service training.